Hi and welcome back to Darlene's Creative Studio. It's Darlene here, and I'm just going to do a quick flip through of some of the journals that I have left over from my studio tour, and I will be posting on my Etsy shop. So I did make some Edith Holden notebooks. These are the last 3 of the second set of 10 that I made. These are butterfly themed journals. And this one is called And Other Tiny Flowers. And I've put one of my little stamp punches here, a journaling card in the back of the envelope. I'm just going to turn this sideways so I can slide this in better. Slides in better when it's flat. There you go. It has a little pocket on the front, and I've added one of my handmade cards here. And in the pocket it has 2 pieces of paper that say "Enjoy the Little Things." And the envelope is made from an Edith Holden book page as well, and has a little Velcro closure. It has tea stained pages, and I've used some of her page scraps to cut out little scallop circles that I've added to the pages. So this is tea stained graph paper, more tea stained paper, a botanical page with a journaling card tucked in there. I have some tea stained graph paper, and this is a little tag that I made with a botanical stamp and a little paper clip. More tea stained paper, more lined paper. This is a book page from an Edith Holden Garden Notes, I believe. And I've added a little journaling card there, and I've used the inside covers of one of her books to make the tags for the journaling cards. And then I've added a little printout of a tea card there, a little butterfly scrap there. This is the other half of the botanical page with the journaling card in the pockets. And then in the back there's a vellum pocket with a butterfly stamp, and in the back pocket I have taken one of her book pages and I've printed a postcard image on the front, and then on the back I've actually added some ivory cardstock to give it some structure as well. So that is basically what each booklet has in it. So again, this one is And Other Tiny Flowers. This one is 2 feet above, and again it has the same layout with the same pages inside with the tags, the little mini pocket in the middle, a little cigarette card there, and then another postcard in the back with a vellum envelope. And then the last one I have is On the Sheltered Banks, and again it has the pocket with the little card, 2 pages of paper, and the journaling card, botanical pages with the tea card, lined paper, a little tag with the botanical stamp on it, and then another postcard in the back, again in the little pocket. So these 3 will be going on my Etsy shop, and I will be doing another set of 10. I just have to finish putting away all my stuff, and then I will get started on another set. I believe they will be bird themed. The next set will be bird themed. So I'll get those 3 on my Etsy. I did have 1 travel journal left over, and I took the no, this is not the one that I had left over. Yes, it is. Anyway, I've created about 10 more of the travel journals, and I've put elastic around them so they're easier to keep closed when you're traveling. This one has the little envelope here with a card inside. I think this is one of my original ones. That just slides in there. It has a little space here for business cards, or you can add some paper to these and use these as your tags. I have a little tag there that says memories. And that just slides in the pocket. And then I have the travel checklist, which has your itinerary, boarding pass, and all the things that you're to remember to bring with you, including your travel journal. That just slides in the back. And then there's a large postcard in here. And then this is the little booklet. And it has a postcard, and these are from a book that had large postage stamps in them with some little tea stain paper on the back. This one has tea stain paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 16 pages of tea stain paper. Another little postcard thing back here with some more of the postage stamps. There's a postcard back here with some writing area on the back. And then this one has a flip out, and there's another couple of pages there. This one has a little flip up list that tucks underneath this little belly band. And when you open it up, there's a list here. And you also have the travel log there. So this is one of my original travel journals, but while I was in my studio, I made a few more. On the studio tour, it was a working studio, so I did get a chance to make a few more. These are all pretty much the same layout inside, just different papers. And these are, they have different stamps on the front with some different words, and I've used some stamping. They all come with a slot there for a business card. I put something in there. I've included the tag with the flight information. You can write your flight information there. So this is great for taking if you want a trip and you write all your information in here, and this is a souvenir that you bring home. This one, there's a little writing spot here for a memory, and you can put a little piece of a brochure or a flyer there. And then inside here I have one of those postage stamps with the tea stain paper on the back, and again your travel checklist. I printed out some blank postcards that you can use to write some memories on. Then you have your booklet, and inside there is a postage stamp with some tea stain paper. Now this set I've used lined paper so that you can actually write down your date and write a little journal about what you did on your trip, what you ate for dinner, where you shopped, what the weather was like, what you saw, if you went on a tour somewhere. You can just fill these in, and I believe there is 32 pages in here for that. This one I've added the little film negative that you can add a little picture to and glue it on a page, or just leave it in the little envelope. And then I've added a little pocket here to tuck some receipts in there. I've added a card that you can write some memories on there. This is a photo card that you can actually take out, but you can put a little picture on there, or again a piece of a brochure or something, and write about it. This is a little envelope to put some postage stamps in to bring home with you, or to mail something home. And then I've added these two little places where you can create a packing list. I always like to create a packing list and bring it with me. If you ever lose your suitcase, you have all the items that are in your suitcase listed somewhere, so that you can put in a claim and at least get some clothes back or whatever. So that is the newer ones, and they all pretty much have the same layout within them with the little card, and I think there's about 4 that have the postage stamp with the postcard and the what I call the postage stamp with the tea stain paper. They all have the lined and the film negative, and then the same at the back. Now some of the newer ones that I've made, and I think this might be one of the newer ones, they have just a little card here, and it can fit a business card, your flight information. It does have a little flip out card, and I've used some of my postage stamps to put on the cover there. And then these just have like a little card tucked in with some lines on it that you can write some information on. It does have your travel checklist, and that little tag just holds that flap closed, and it does have your postcards in there, that large postcard in there. And then in some of these I've just added some cutouts from a scrapbooking page for travel. and then your 32 pages of lined pages, and then again a little travel log, a receipts envelope. This is for your postage stamps. See, the new ones I actually added the postage word. The little photo card, and it says memories, and then on this one I put places to see, so you can make a list of different things that you want to see, and again your packing list in there. And then in the back it has a large postcard as well, and the newer ones have the lined paper in the back. So there's that one. This is one of the newer ones as well. This one has like a little tag, your flight tag, a little card with the lined paper, your travel checklist, your large postcard, your book, and some of the little travel postcards, journaling cards, 32 pages of lined paper, your receipts envelope, places to see, postage, photo card, says memories, and your packing list as well. And your, again, another postcard. So each of them is pretty much the same. I actually am going to be keeping one of these for myself. I'm going to be going on a trip to see my son and our new grandbaby. And again, it has the, oh, I think I put the eyelid in and grabbed my postcard, so I'll have to fix that one. I'll set that one aside. But I have quite a few of them that are the travel journals. So what I do when I go to see my son, we normally drive. We've flown out a couple of times, but I write down my flight information, car rental, hotel, travel insurance, and the flight. If we go park and fly, his address and phone number. This is our packing list. And then I write down the weather, the time we left, because I believe this one we flew. So I wrote down when we left, things that we did before, things that we had to do when we got there, things that we wanted to see. I have my little mini tracker, and again, what we did for the day. And I started creating a Christmas list while I was there. I was doing some Christmas shopping, but you more or less can fill out the line pages with things that you do each day, meals that you had, what the weather was like. When we drive, I normally write down the mileage each day that we're traveling, what hotel we've stayed in, when we arrive, when we stop, what we see. So that's the kind of thing that I will be writing when I take one of these. Instead of the flight information, I'll have a little tag that will have all our mileage and everything when we leave. And each day I'll just write a little blurb in here, you know, leave the hotel at 6 a.m., that type of thing. So I will keep it in there, and then I usually keep like a little card that when I make purchases of what I spent my money on, or a really great antique store or thrift shop that I visited, that kind of thing. So you have some memories, and then I do stick in some receipts, and I usually keep it business related or my crafting related, the receipts and stuff that are in here. If we're traveling and my husband wants me to keep the gas receipts or anything like that, that's the type of thing that I will slide in there. And then I will bring postage because I like to send postcards home when I'm there. And again, the packing list is important. And then places that we want to see, or stores that we want to visit, or things that we have to do while we're there is normally what I will have on my list here as well. So that's basically what I'll be doing with the travel journal. So I've got quite a few of them. I'm going to get these posted on my Etsy shop. I will fix the one that has the postcards stuck in there. So I've got those, and we will get those on my Etsy shop. Now, when I did the course with my art group, this is the journal that we made. And I did make up little kits, and I think I showed this in another video. For this envelope journal, I put together a kit, everything but the tools that you use, and everything but the two 12 by 12 inch scrapbooking pages that you use to cover everything. So this is basically everything that we used inside this little, there's two little Velcro circles, there's an eyelid in there, there's some little corners, the fabric for the tie, there's some different size cards, there's even 6 pages of sketchbooking and the waxed thread. And that's basically everything other than the scrapbooking paper and, I say, the tools. that we use. So there's your cotton thread, there's your eyelet. It's 2 envelopes is the cover. This is just part of the scrapbooking, but there's one of the tags. There's a little Velcro circle that we've used, and then these are just cardstock and papers that I had there. This is the envelope, one of the small envelopes that I used, and the card that comes with it I've cut in half and made them into journaling cards. And there's the other tag, and I believe I used one of the journaling cards for making tags as well. The booklet, you get a card and 2 cards and 2 envelopes, so the booklet is actually one of the note cards, and this is one of the smaller cards that you get that you cut up and use as a journaling card. There's your corners. You can add a little business card there or a little tag. There's the sketchbooking paper. I give you enough, so I give you 6 pages, so you'll have 24 pages of sketchbooking paper. And then I used to use one of the cards to make a tag. And again, the scrapbooking paper you just add on afterwards. There's a little vellum envelope that's included in the kit as well, and you just can use that to add a little business card with a tab on the end. And then in each of these pockets, this is one of the note cards as well that comes with it, and I just made journaling cards as well. So again, you supply the tools and the 2 pieces of scrapbooking paper. I've just used a piece of scrap paper inside the back of the envelope there, so that you didn't have just the card showing. But that's basically what you can make with the little kit by adding those few little pieces and then using your own tools. An eyelet, you can use a little hammer and a little punch. You don't need to go out and buy the eyelet setting tool, but that is, and this is the kit. So I'm thinking of putting this all together inside. I have a little bit of instructions there as well. I might put them on my Etsy shop for $5 or $6. Just put the kit together if people are interested in that as well. So that was the template I made, the sample I made to take to the class. And then during the class, I grabbed one of the kits and I followed along just to see if everything I put inside that package worked. And this is the journal that I made, travel journal that I made, envelope journal that I made. I just used 2 12 by 12 inch scrapbooking pages, and this is all the scraps that I've used. There was one of my postage stamps, and that was a piece of scrap, and this was something that I cut out of one of my day planners. It's just a little pencil. So there's the little mini card set with the card. There's my corners that I've used. This is the envelope, the little mini envelope that's in there, and the card I used to make a little journaling card. There's another set of 4 corners. I had some extras. There's a piece of my card. And this is the larger card that you get. I just made a journaling card in there. And the other card I left as a note card and made the book. My sketchbooking paper is in there. Here's more of the scraps of the note cards. This is another little mini envelope and card that you get. And again, I've just made some little notes. This one's glued on, but this one you can pull out. So it's just a little card, and I used some stamps that were there, a business card holder, and again another journaling card there. So pretty straightforward. You just kind of decorate it as you like. I do have a tutorial on making some of these journals online, so once you get the kit you can actually just open up one of the tutorials and follow along and make the journal. But that is the second one. This one will go on my Etsy shop for sale as well. So there's that one. And that is all I have to show you today. I'm going to get these listings on. And again, I will be making some more Edith Holden note cards as soon as I can. I'm just again putting some stuff away from my tour. I'm trying to get caught up. But that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.